Howdy folks, it's Tim from Box Stock Garage. Getting ready for our big day of assembly here with the Aurora Yak III. So we got our gray on top and our light blue on the bottom and our horizontal stabilizers. We've got those painted as well. So they're going to go on, and then all of this is going to go on. And the vast majority of this is landing gear bits and pieces. There is a, I think it might be a pitot tube there. And there's our exhausts. But other than that, everything is, kind of landing gear and bottom of the aircraft. And then I do have the canopy, which I need to detail paint that. And I've got to touch up where I had the tape to protect the interior. Got my wheels and tires done. Got that tiny tail wheel. So, yep. So we're gonna hit it, and we will be back in a bit where it should be ready, just waiting for decals, which are at customs right now. So thanks. See you in a bit. Greetings, folks. This is Tim from Box Stock Garage. Hope y'all are having a great weekend. It's Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, and got an update. I guess we call it a semifinal on the Aurora Group Build, because I don't have my decals yet. So the plane is assembled, and so I'm gonna get things turned around and we'll show it to you, and then fingers crossed we see our decals this week. So give me just a second and we'll get things turned around. All right, so we're back. So this is the 1977 boxing of the Aurora Heller Yak III, a Soviet World War II fighter plane. And this is for the Aurora Group Build that's being hosted by Mark from Montana and co-hosted by Kyle over at RKD Scaleworks. This is my first aircraft in a long time, well over 30 years. I should drag it. I've got an F-15 Eagle that I started working on, and it's been sitting in the box and it's traveled the world with me. I should pull that out and do a video. If you're interested in seeing that F-15, leave a comment down below and I'll do a video on that. I don't know, I might get it out and try to do some work on it. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, for now, it's all about the Aurora Group Build. It's all about the Yak III. So let's take a peek. So here we are. I'm actually quite pleased with how this turned out. Can't really do too much as far as light, so I'm going to move this guy out of the way. Yeah, let's show the blue airplane on a blue background. That's a great idea, Tim. I mean, this thing went together pretty well for a kit that's, the molding is, well, the 77, it wasn't even the first boxing. So, I mean, this stuff's been around for a while, but I got the tail gear in, got the main landing gear in, got my air cowl in. The two nacelles that you see here, those were all also glued in. The one, I don't know, call it an issue with this kit, is those two small doors that you see there, and the two front doors, inboard doors for the main gear. There are absolutely no connection points. So basically, you get your super glue, you get a set of tweezers, and you get a steady hand, and you can put those on the model. Well, you know from my history, I got 2 out of the 3. I got the tweezers, I got the super glue. The steady hand, I'm lucky I got all 4 of them on there. I'm quite thankful, I gotta say. So, you know, it is what it is, as the cool kids say. So the landing gear that you see there is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 parts. So you got the wheel and tire. Then you got the main gear leg, and then you got the smaller one that's at an angle, and then you've got 2 parts for the doors. So, so between those 2, that's 10 parts, and that's about a third of the kit. But I really like this kit. I mean, it really, really was fun to get back and do one of these. It's weird. There, now you can see, because it's just the painting is just on the metal frame of what would be the metal frame of the canopy. But when you hold it like this and look down in, it looks like it's all painted. But that's not the case when you see it sideways. Got our exhaust pipes. One of my little pieces that I glued on with a wing and a prayer just fell off. So I'm going to get that glued back on, and then I'm going to leave this thing alone and stop handling it, and we'll hopefully get our decals this week. Decals are coming from Poland. Last I saw, the last update I got, they were in customs here in the US. I don't know what's going to happen as far as tariffs are concerned, so I'm just going to let things happen. But that's where we're at. Very cool airplane. Quite an enjoyable little kit. I did pick up a couple of other 172nd kits for Australian aircraft that I saw fly at Temora Aviation Museum down New South Wales when Julie and I lived down there. But I got to say, I'm not sure I'm up to doing another 172nd kit. So we shall see. We shall see how we go. But yeah, that's where we're at. I quite liked it. Like I said, it was fun. Gray is a little bit darker than I was wanting. The blue's a little bit brighter than I was wanting. But at the end of the day, it is a pretty neat little paint scheme. And I think once the decals go on, and obviously it's completed, I think it'll really make a nice model all around. So with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, I'm going to get my little piece glued back on. There it is. And we'll set this aside until the decals show up. And we'll move on to a couple of other things we got in the queue. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks for your support, your subs, of course. Thank you for your comments and your likes. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Either way, man, and ladies, I really do appreciate it. And I appreciate all the comments and the shares and things like that. So I hope y'all are having a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Hope you have a great week ahead. All right, y'all take care, and we will talk soon. This is Tim from Box Stock Garage, and here comes Key. We're out of here.